Continuing along with the witch's tools, today we are talking about the chalice. So there are a number of things you can use for a chalice. I use a number of different items. This is one of them. So this is actually our wedding cups that we had when we got married. And we have a set of 2 of these. I think it's fabulous. I use them pretty often. However, I only use certain drinks in these. So these ones I bought online. If you do choose to finagle the journey of making your own out of wood, make sure you use a particular coat, like the final coat of stuff that is food safe, because like safety matters. And of course, if you buy them from somewhere, make sure they have used that same coating. Again, there's some that are safe and some that are not, so you need to make sure. Sometimes a lot of more of the Norse crowd specifically tend to use horns that are like, they're sometimes carved, sometimes it's literally just a horn. Personally, I find them incredibly difficult to clean the actual horn, so I don't like to use that. And I have one that is like shaped from one into a cup. That one's a little bit better. However, you do have to worry about what like particular things you put in them because the coatings can come off. So you can't add like hot beverages, and certain alcohols will eat through them. Like it has to have a coating that's specific for certain things. So honestly, because of all of the things you have to keep in mind with them, I don't really use it that much. Instead, the thing I most often go to is like really cheesy. I use a coffee cup. Now, I've got one that I use specifically if I want to give an offering of coffee. And if I want to use tea, we have a lot of our ancestors' stuff in our house. So we have teacups that are from I don't know who, but we have a like set of teacups. We don't have the tea kettle to go with it, just teacups. But I use that more often than not because I like to give an offering of tea. I like to share a cup of hot tea with my deities or with the ancestors or whatever I'm doing, and so I will use that. You can also use like wine glasses. You can find them super cheap. They're at the dollar store. Grab a couple, good to go. Honestly, I've used that about as frequently as the coffee cups because it's easy, it's quick, you can throw them in the dishwasher because you do want to clean stuff out. Don't leave stuff to sit here for months. So with that said, the associations with the chalice. So obviously it's going to be associated with water because it holds liquids. And of course with that you have the associations typically associated with water. So it's represented with the west. It's associated with transformation, sometimes with rebirth, because again, anything cup shaped, the pagan community just assumes that it's going to be associated with the uterus. Again, it's stuff that I don't really love in the craft because there's a lot of other ways to do stuff, but a lot of people do associate it with the womb. The main use of the chalice in my practice is strictly for offerings and for like the cakes and ale portion of your ritual, where you pour some for the deities, spirits, whatever that you're calling on as an offering of gratitude of like, hey, thanks for helping, man. And then you pour yourself some of the same thing in a different cup, and then you enjoy it together. And if you have a coven, a lot of times people will need to bring their own cups or plan accordingly. And so like there was a few public rituals I've gone to where they ask that you bring your own, and then they have like a pitcher full of stuff and they just pour it around. So again, make sure that if you're going to a public ritual, you bring a container of sorts that can handle whatever they serve. Because I have served anything from alcohol to tea to coffee to like a sparkling cider, like the non-alcoholic stuff you can find at the grocery store, at least here in Utah. I think you can find it other places, but like here in Utah, if you see a wine bottle looking thing, it's the non-alcoholic thing. And the very last association for the chalice is to give shape to energy. And so that is pretty much it for the chalice. I would love to hear what your associations are for this tool. Huge thank you to my patrons. I'll have their names here on the screen. If you'd like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.